All right, welcome everyone. My name is Robin Elander. I'm the Executive Director for Downtown Santa Barbara, and we're so excited today to have a wonderful slew of guests here to talk about November happenings. So this is the Downtown Business Spotlight, and it's a collaboration between the Downtown Organization of Santa Barbara and the Santa Barbara Independent. So really happy to have that collaboration. First, we're going to talk to Luis, who has a really cool event starting today. So welcome, Luis. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having this, and really thank you all because I kind of know a little bit about all of you in the community, and you're all superstars. So I'm fortunate to be among superstars. I'm
Well,
doing good.
you are yourself. So tell us a little bit about the Laugh Festival, the Santa Barbara Laugh Festival, second annual. What is happening today and throughout this week?
Well, today's the opening night for the Santa Barbara Laugh Festival. It's the second annual one, and we're celebrating all the Santa Barbara comedy show producers, all the people that are in town, come to town, and really produce comedy shows all year round. We've been I started doing it in town during COVID. It was actually an inspiration by Abe Powell. I was speaking to Abe Powell after the debris flows and the fires and the mudslides in Montecito. And, we kind of felt like there's like a low, mild grade depression going on. And COVID came in, and it's something that I knew to do, I've done before, done at the Comedy Store, produced big events at Javits Center. I produced a special for in town for a tribute to Carol Burnett for the Teddy Bear Foundation. So I already had this knowledge and experience, and I also write and perform, produce films, things like that. And we just took it on. We said, you know what? Just like Abe got a bunch of people and they took shovels and they started digging out the bucket brigade, I said, let's start making the town laugh consistently. And so the birth of the Santa Barbara Laugh Festival was a thought during the Carol Burnett event, but then evolved doing every Thursday, every Friday, doing comedy shows consistently, week after week after week after week after week. And boom, here we are. We have the biggest, happiest, funniest week in Santa Barbara history
All
today.
right. So exciting. And you have
get excited about
70 plus comedians, right? Over 4 days?
It's 70 comedians over 4 days, 2 locations, the Red Piano on State Street, and then on Goleta side at the Java station, which we call the Java Comedy Club. And so 2 locations, 7 shows, and a lot of laughs. A lot of laughs. I always tell people you got to bring your friends to laugh, especially with what's going on the planet and the education that's available today. And people are getting really significant about their words, And one of the things about comedy that I assert, and this is from a lot of personal development training that I also do, is if you can't handle a conversation, any conversation, there's a part of you that's still dysfunctional. Kind of hard to say it that way, but you're literally dysfunctional in that area. You could be an expert in one area, dysfunctional in another. And so I always tell people that if you can't have a fully functioning conversation, consider that's an area you need to work on. And comedy is a beautiful way to pop those areas. And like I say in my jujitsu world, I go, never tap out to words. People tap out to words too easy. We're like debating and fighting each other over each other's imagination. It's insane. 8 billion imaginations, 8 billion arguments.
We're going to be laughing through, all the types of conversations this week. And you're featuring quite a number of local talent as well as talent from LA and beyond, correct?
Yeah. It's from locals to headliners. I could say a lot about all the different people. I would like to highlight this one young lady. Her name is Carolyn Murphy. She's actually the president of Laughology at UCSB. And she's a breakout star. She's going to go places. So if you want to come and see somebody in our Santa Barbara community who's on the edge, young, smart, witty, I would come see her. And she's doing a college night at the Java station on that's Thursday night. And then there's a whole other host. You've heard of Chris Williams, I'm sure. He was at last year's festival. He's evolved really well. He's doing fantastic. Sam Baer does some shows. He's also will be performing tonight. And I could go on and on. It's 70 comics.
It's incredible. Well, we're going to come back to you to learn specifically where people can find out more information, but all of that sounds awesome. Congratulations on what you pulled together. Can't wait to check it out. Definitely going to be there. So nice job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we're going to go to Monica. She has been doing some amazing things and activations on State Street. Tell us about Latin Nights.
Hi, gracias. Thank you for having me here. I almost start speaking Spanish. How are you? So every Wednesday, thank you to Santa Barbara Downtown, we have salsa, bachata, cumbia, merengue, Latin dancing in front of California Pizzeria, which is a wonderful place. We have volunteers to run the program. Basically, the DJ Manny Manuel is one of volunteer his time to do the DJing. We have also Brenda, who does bachata classes. I teach salsa. Marco Aguilar sometimes also teach a class. We have a lot of people volunteering just to get people moving and socializing, which is, I think, very important, especially in this time of the year. Like you say, laughing, dancing is all necessary to cope. No, it's a coping mechanism for all these things that are happening nowadays. So yeah.
Yes, it's a great way to burn off stress, connect with community, and just have a lot of fun. I've learned quite a lot of dancing over the last few weeks. We've been doing Wednesdays, a combination of these Latin nights, salsa nights, as well as country line dancing for the past 5 weeks. And it has been so fun to just burn off some steam on State Street and see people and enjoy. So we've been enjoying that. And remind folks what the time frame is that you've been doing those classes.
So the class starts at 5 to 6. It starts with the bachata or salsa class every Wednesday. And then from 6 to 8 is social dancing. And in the dancing, we also help each other with the steps and the moves. And it's a very nice way to socialize, connect in a healthy way. And then we eat a pizza, support the local business also. So there's some increment of the selling of the pizzas in there, which is part of the also idea that when we dance, we get hungry, and when we're hungry, we have some place to eat. And they have even gluten-free pizza, which I am gluten-free, so they have very good options in there. So yeah, dancing. I don't know if you want me to tell about the past or not necessarily. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Share about some of the things you've done.
The idea of this group happening and the volunteers doing what they're doing is because we had 7 years in Santa Barbara promoting social dancing without drinking. Unfortunately, due to the COVID, we stopped that. But the community is still latent. And as soon as I say we have opportunity, but there is no money. I say, oh, I do DJ. Oh, don't worry, I do the class. Oh, don't worry, I do this. I set up the tables. I mean, everybody volunteers because it was a wonderful community. We started with 5 people who believed that you could dance without drinking. And then we end up with 2,500 people. Dancing and community, and everybody worked together very well. We have events on the beach, and every time we did an event was without alcohol. So it was very, and also I have to say the 7 people got married from that.
Oh, beautiful.
We have babies, and now the babies are grown up, and many of them coming on Wednesday to dance with their mom and dad. So I know them before they even were conceived. So it was kind of nice. And also I want to mention something, hopefully this is the right timing, Robin, about I was reading, I'm a researcher, I do statistics, and I was researching about the World Health Organization, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has a website. You can go to the website and see the big call for societies to build community and invest in those who bring people together. So here, Luis will be a good way to invest because he brings people together in a good way. Our program, we don't have a business right now because we had to close it due to COVID, but it is something that we have proven a good place to connect and socialize. And we have many professionals because there was no alcohol, and the age was 30 to 50, doctors, PhD students from UCSB, and it's a really nice way to connect with people. So anyway, so 60% increase premature death due to mental health. That's the statistic, which is a sad news, but better we see the news and be aware that we have the tools to solve it, And so building these community events, I think is very important. And so thank you, Santa Barbara Downtown, Robin Elander, for taking this initiative and moving everybody forward in these community events, socializing, getting people to walk. Young people spend too many times behind the computer, and so bringing people out is the best thing. So thank you for the endeavors you do about that.
Oh, thank you, Monica, for all of the the great energy you're bringing to our community and to downtown, and just really appreciate it. It feels good to be out on Wednesdays, and you're making you're a big part of that. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, bring your family's friend. All the laughing people can come and laugh and dance.
That's right. So that continues until the 15th of November. So we have tonight, next Wednesday, and the following Wednesday. Then we'll take a little break, do some holiday activities, and I'll share about those a little bit later. We're going to go next to Councilwoman Alejandra Gutierrez, who has been scheming up an amazing fall festival. Alejandra, you want to tell us a little bit about what you have in the works?
Yes, and thank you for the invitation, and thank you for everyone that's here today. So before I was in politics, I worked in education, and a lot of my work was working with at-promise youth. Before, we used to label the students at risk, and I was the go-to person to give a lot of the youth opportunities to give back to the community, to feel part of the community, to get, a job, get back on, their path to achieve their goals. And I got approached by a student that I had run into when I was working at Santa Barbara High School. He got into some trouble, and now that he's a father, he's really evaluated his life and the community and why his path ended up the way that it did. And he mentioned to me, Alejandra, I want to give back to the community. The reason that I got in trouble was because I had nothing to do and my parents were working really hard. And what did we do? We went to the streets and we hung out and we got into trouble. But I don't want that for my kids. And I know there's so many resources in town, but how do we bridge the gap? And so I felt really honored because I've always kept really dear to my heart that when I move up the ladder, I will help those that need that one opportunity, just like I had it once, to be able to fulfill their dreams. And this is a dream for him, to be able to give back to the community. And I took a risk. I know as a politician, this is not very popular, and I've gotten a little backlash. He was incarcerated. They do associate him with a gang, so I can't say if he was or not. But my interest is that this is a young man that grew up in the neighborhood that that I represent and wants to give back to the community. And I've told anybody that wants to collaborate with me and give back to the community, I'm all for it. But I'm also a big advocate of giving people an opportunity to feel part of the larger community. And one of my reasons of coming to the seat as a politician was to bridge that gap between government and the neighborhoods. Downtown is always been this beautiful landmark, and we bring people from all over the world. Yet there's locals that grew up in neighborhoods and they feel part of their neighborhoods, but sometimes they don't feel part of the larger community. And so I'm collaborating with Mario to to really use this downtown space that we have now, that we don't have cars coming through, and try to bring families from the different areas in Santa Barbara that normally wouldn't come to the downtown, to just have a family day where they can learn about the resources that are out there to help them out and to have fun. And there's going to be games, there's going to be music, and it's about building community again. And I say it every time, I'm a product of this community. That it's easy, that we're perfect, no, but I've had people that have given me opportunities to be able to grow. And anybody that's seen council, I think you have seen me grow live on television. But we have to be that, that person to somebody that will give them the opportunity to feel part of the larger community and give their perspective. So I'm really excited. I know it's not something very popular, and people did say, why are you promoting gangs? I'm not promoting gangs. In the flyer, it has nothing to do with gangs, but I'm so honored and so blessed to see that an organization like the downtown organization that is so well known and brings community together that said, yes, we'll partner up with you. And so that means a lot, not only to Mario, but to my entire district, and especially those neighborhoods where families don't necessarily, or youth necessarily, feel part of the larger community. So now it's going to be, now they don't have that excuse, right? Like, oh, I feel part of my neighborhood, but not the entire city. Well, that now there's not an excuse, because now the city's like, hey, come, we see you, we want you here, we want you involved, you know, come have a seat at the table. So it's never been done since I can remember, to have an event like this. So I'm really excited. We're going to give, there's going to be local barbers out there to give free haircuts to youth and children. I don't have children, but I've heard from my sister that haircuts have been getting pretty expensive. So we're going to have city departments too out there. Actually, the police department, I talked to the chief, she'll be there. So I am so happy that in a time where there's so much division and we've gone through so much, Santa Barbara is really showing an example of, like, we are a community and we do bring people together. That we're perfect, no, we're not, but we work through things and we like to give opportunities. So I'm just so blessed. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited about this event. I think it's going to be such an incredible collaboration. I can't wait to see the families coming out and exploring these resources. And I love that you're going to have barbers cutting hair, doing hair right on the street. My mom's a hairdresser and she'd always loves this concept. She used to do the same kind of thing, like a different, when I'd go to college in the backyard, you know, bringing all the people together in the neighborhood. So this is just kind of an extension of that idea. And I think it's just such a beautiful offering. And I'm so happy that you're spearheading this. And so just a recap, we're going to have resources of what types of resources do you anticipate having there?
So we'll have we're going to have different type of resources, from educational to community organizers to get, for example, there's going to be people from the Ortega Park Committee that gets that park activated there. We're going to have somebody from childcare. So there's going to be different types of resources that normally families will need at some point in their life. But I'm really excited, and it's going to be November 18th. It's a Saturday. It's going to be from 1 to 5, and it's open to the public. So everyone's welcome.
Awesome. So free and open to the public, Saturday, November 18th, 1 to 5, right on the 700 and 800 blocks of State Street, correct? So between Ortega and Canon Perdido, right in that De La Guerra area by Paseo Nuevo. So that is going to be a super good time. Again, it's Saturday, November 18th from 1 to 5. So we'll put the information on our website. There's a press release out about it, and definitely spread the word. So thank you, Alejandra.
You.
Exciting times.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
And next, Jennnifer, tell us about the Organic Soup Kitchen. You have so much going on. You do amazing work throughout the year. Tell us, if you don't mind, to start, about your role and your organization's work in the community.
Sure, I'd love to. Thank you so much for having me. I am the development manager at Organic Soup Kitchen. And for those of you that haven't heard of Organic Soup Kitchen, we have been serving the community since 2009. We clinically formulate and handcraft nutrient-dense soup meals for low-income seniors, cancer patients, and chronically ill. And then every week we distribute those soup meals through a network of 50 plus health and human service agency partners and volunteer delivery drivers. So we get about 800 clients served each week, which is about 40,000 a year. And we've been doing it for a long time. All of our recipes are organic, they're clean, very nutritious, complete meals.
That's incredible. I mean, that is so many people you're serving in our community, and for such a long time at this point. What types of things do you need volunteers for your organization? How can our community give back to you since you're giving so much?
That's a great question. We are 85% volunteer led. So we always encourage volunteers. We have volunteers that work in our kitchen, and we have volunteers that help us deliver. So those are the primary volunteer opportunities that we have, and we welcome anyone who's interested in getting more involved to email us, call, come by. This summer, we opened a second location. So we have our downtown kitchen, which is on Anacapa Street. And a block and a half away on Haley at the platform, we opened a distribution and education center. So we're very proud to have expanded. We have a lot more freezer space, which means we can make a lot more product and serve a lot more people, host educational events. And then we also do all of our distribution out of that location. And what I wanted to share with everyone that's listening is that we're going to be hosting a couple events, holiday events
Great.
at that location that we would love to invite all of your listeners to.
Beautiful. Tell us about those.
Well, the first one's coming up November 16th. We're having an appreciation party. So for all of our donors, volunteers, soup lovers in general are all welcome to come. It's at 4 p.m. at our distribution center at the platform, 126 East Haley Street. We'll have lots of great food, drinks, and we have been, all of the little soup elves have been working really hard to deck out our distribution center. We've been stringing lights and hanging ornaments and wrapping presents, and it looks spectacular. So it's very festive. It's just going to be a lot of fun. So we would love everyone to come. Try our soup. We'll have some soups there to taste, but we'll have lots of other food and probably some great music and just a lot of holiday cheer. And that's our appreciation event. And then in December, we're hosting a holiday social, which will be, we're specifically hosting that for our clients, but we're inviting everyone to come as well. That will be on December 8th from 11 to 4 p.m. Lots of great food, soup tasting, soups and sips, and come by, stop in, a little open house, holiday music, holiday cheer.
Wonderful. It sounds like an incredible community you've cultivated there, and really special things happening. So tell us again, it's November 16th. There's an open house, and the time on that one again, one more time.
That's our appreciation party, and that's at 4 p.m. November
Okay.
6th.
Great.
And then our holiday social is a daytime event on December 8th from 11 to 4.
Great. And how can people find out more information about your organization? Where can they find you online or
Yeah,
other?
the best. Well, we do post on Facebook as well as Instagram, but we have our website is organicsoupkitchen.org. You can email us at contact@organicsoupkitchen.org, and you can call us 805-364-2790. A lot of our clients aren't very, they call us and they come in. So, we're welcome. We welcome anybody that has questions to stop by, or if you're interested in getting more involved, just stop by our distribution center. We have lots of parking. And like I said, it's very festive right now. So it's a fun place to hang out.
Beautiful. And if a family member or community member knows someone in need who would like potentially have a delivery service or needs access to your resource, would they just give you a call to learn more about that?
Right. So the primary reason that we exist is to serve low-income individuals in need. And we have a great program that anyone can apply for. And you can just give us a call and we will get an application to you. Or for a friend or a family member. The application is also available on our website. The application is something that we require, and it does follow the HUD standards. And then once you're in our program, we will track your progress. We will keep track of how your medical conditions and how you're doing with our meals, which is another really nice, useful thing, because we have a lot of data and feedback that can help us improve our programs.
Awesome. And if somebody wanted to sponsor an individual, could they call up and do that as well?
Yes, that's we welcome that. Of course, we're 100% community supported. We are doing our end of the year star campaign, so you can purchase a gold star, is our sustainable monthly donor program, or you can purchase a silver star, and that is a one-time donation. And we're hanging those all up in our distribution center. So we have a lot of stars in our community, and we're very grateful.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Jennnifer, for all your great community work. Really appreciate it. So I want to just go around one more time. Louis, where can we find out more about the Laugh Festival? So if people want to buy tickets, they want to come out, they want to get their laugh on, where do they find out?
Well, online is best. SB Laugh Festival, Santa Barbara Laugh Festival.com, SBLaughFestival.com. Those are the two best places. Santa Barbara Laugh Festival.org.net. We have a lot of URLs.
Okay, all of
Go
the
to
Santa Barbara
SB
Laugh,
Laugh
everything.
Festival. Yeah, SBLaughFestival.com, and you'll hit it. And Jennnifer, Anthony and Andrea, I've kind of known them since from the beginning, and it's like I've always said they're doing God's work on earth, and
True.
so it's really fabulous stuff that they're doing. So I appreciate you for taking it. Just thank you, and everybody else too. It's amazing, Monica. Thank you for the investor plug. I like that idea. We should invest in organizations that are actually uniting people. I mean, that's brilliant. It makes sense. I mean, we all know that being together and interacting with people is the healthiest way to live a life, participate. When I see people and they're like, oh, I'm not having a bad day, I go, you're in Santa Barbara. Go outside and just participate. Walk down State Street, go on a hike, go to the beach, just participate. There's so many beautiful places to volunteer and participate. And then Alejandra, thank you for being in politics. It's not for the weak. and what you're doing is fantastic too. When I heard you say what you're saying, I kind of kept on hearing it's almost like you're doing a welcome festival for the people who actually live in Santa Barbara, like welcome home. Like we're here. Welcome to your home. Come to Santa Barbara. And I totally get it. I'm Cuban, immigrant, went through the whole thing, and I get it. It's like, and I don't think you just mean immigrants either, by the way. I just think you mean people who aren't participating in general and getting involved. So, and of course, Robin, the connector of connectors, you're like you're a saint. So come and laugh, friends. Come and laugh. Come have a good
That's
time.
right. So we've got so much going on this November. This is only a sampling of what's happening downtown. So again, Monica has her Latin nights on Wednesdays. So come on out tonight on November 1st, or each Wednesday from 5 to 6 is a free class. And then after is open dancing. You can find out more about that on our website at downtownsb.org. And then Alejandra, where can we find more information? I know it's on our website. We're going to be promoting it for sure. Where else can folks find out about it?
So we're promoting it a lot on Instagram. And so it's mainly in my district, one Instagram and then my Facebook, but the downtown organization is really the one that's really helping with the marketing. So thank you again. November 18th from 1 to 5, downtown Santa Barbara.
Awesome. So if you are not in the know about all these things happening and you want to find out even more than this, you can get on our weekly e-newsletter, our What's Happening Downtown e-newsletter that we send out each Wednesday. And so if you're not on that, you definitely want to get on that to find out all kinds of different business happenings, nonprofit events, et cetera, et cetera. You can find access to that as well as a listing of our 1,700 different businesses downtown, our upcoming events. We'll be back on next in 2 weeks for our next business spotlight. I believe that's on the 15th of this month. We're going to be talking with some more great business owners and happenings about downtown. So we will see you all next time. We'll see you around downtown. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for the wonderful job. Thank you.